What if your raw enterprise data could literally research, analyze, and present itself? Well, welcome everyone. Imagine for a second that you aren't just looking at another piece of software today, but rather you're looking at a sandbox junior analyst, one that literally never sleeps, never makes a calculation error, and is entirely capable of independent agentic action. That's exactly the reality we're stepping into with this June 2026 update to NotebookLM.
Welcome to today's Explainer. I'm going to be briefing you on how the integration of Gemini 3.5 has completely transformed our raw data workflows. We are officially moving away from simple summarization, and we're entering an era where your secure, proprietary data is autonomously converted into polished, boardroom-ready deliverables.
Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We'll start by unpacking the Agentic AI shift, then examine the secure cloud computing engine. From there, we'll look at the automated zero-upload research, how we go from data to deliverables, and finally, enterprise security and privacy.
All right, jumping into Section 1, the Agentic AI shift, moving from information chaos to structured advantage.
Think about our historical baseline for a second. Traditional large language models were, they were static. You asked a question, you got a text-only response back, and honestly, you kind of just crossed your fingers hoping it didn't hallucinate the answer. It took endless manual curation. But with agentic notebooks powered by Gemini 3.5, the whole paradigm shifts. We're now working with an active agent that runs Python code directly against your data. It executes complex math to normalize currencies, it auto-generates visual charts, and it acts exclusively on the verified sources we feed it. It's literally the difference between a tool that passively reads and a partner that actively analyzes.
Moving on to Section 2, the Secure Cloud Computing Engine. Let's look at the Gemini 3.5 and anti-gravity backend.
To really grasp how this works, we need to look under the hood at something Google calls anti-gravity. Now, I know it sounds a bit like sci-fi, but it's actually their agent-first coding environment. What this means for us in practice is that every single notebook you spin up is equipped with its own dedicated, highly secure cloud computer. It's not just running text prompts. It actually has over 100 curated software skills at its disposal. So if our analysts ask the system to clean a messy dataset, the AI actually writes the code, spins up this secure environment, executes that code directly against your proprietary data, and hands back the verified result.
And the impact of that specific architecture, well, the numbers speak for themselves. 69.9%. That is the system's win rate in large document analysis compared to our old baselines. Because the AI is using a secure computing engine to physically execute code and perform multi-step reasoning, it drastically reduces the cognitive load on our teams. It handles these massive, multi-source notebooks with just unprecedented accuracy.
Which brings us to Section 3, Automated Zero-Upload Research, eliminating the manual upload bottleneck.
You know, historically, the absolute biggest bottleneck for our teams doing literature reviews or market analysis was just the manual heavy lifting of gathering and uploading source documents. You had to go track down the PDFs, download them, then upload them before the AI could even do its job. But now, we have this fully automated deep research flow. You can start with just a loose idea in a blank notebook. The agent then autonomously browses hundreds of sites, performs deep searches, and curates high-quality sources. It'll even pull in foreign language primary materials if it needs to. You just review and approve the sources, and it moves straight into synthesis, compiling a beautifully citation-backed report. No manual uploading required at all.
But obviously, the crucial question is, how reliable is this automated curation? Well, the win rate NotebookLM is hitting in advanced web research and source discovery is 78.2%. When this agentic researcher goes out to build your repository, it's doing so with exceptional accuracy. That ensures the foundation of our strategic insights is built on trustworthy data right from the jump.
Section 4, From Data to Deliverables. This is where we really maximize that strategic ROI.
Look, it's one thing to have brilliant insights, right? But it's another entirely to get them into a format that's actually ready for a client pitch. This cloud computer turns messy datasets into finished deliverables almost instantly. We've got native export formats right out of the notebook. Need a pitch deck? Boom, it generates a formatted Microsoft PowerPoint file. And you can literally just type, hey, make slide 4 more data-driven, or switch to our minimalist brand style, and it revises the deck on the spot. It gives us functional Excel spreadsheets, structured CSVs, polished PDF and Word reports, and pristine data visualizations. Our analysts can pretty much completely bypass manual formatting.
Think about the bottom line impact here.
Users are reporting that they're slashing iteration time by 60 to 80%. They are turning rough outlines into client-ready pitches in literally minutes. That is a massive reduction in the billable hours our teams are currently wasting just pushing pixels around, tweaking slide layouts, and formatting charts. We can reallocate all that time directly into high-level strategic thinking.
Section 5. Enterprise Security and Privacy. Mitigating Institutional Risk.
Now, none of these amazing agentic capabilities mean a thing if they compromise our corporate IP. Absolutely none of it. Notice the strict dividing line here between the consumer and enterprise tiers. For us, the enterprise tier on Google Cloud is the mandated choice. Model training on our proprietary data, strictly prohibited. And while Standard Workspace offers basic domain-based policy, the enterprise tier steps it way up to VPC service controls and CMEK, which I'll explain in a second. Plus, the enterprise environment is fully HIPAA certified, so it meets the absolute most rigorous compliance standards we have.
Just to put everyone in the room at total ease, zero data leakage occurs here because everything stays safely isolated inside our own Google Cloud project. We utilize customer-managed encryption keys, which basically means our IT department physically holds the master lock to the data. Virtual private cloud service controls prevent any data from being exfiltrated by the AI. We get to dictate explicit US or EU multi-region data residency, and every single action is tracked through comprehensive audit logging. The AI operates powerfully for sure, but it operates entirely inside our fortified vault.
Which leaves us with one final, critical question as we wrap up this explainer. Honestly, how many billable hours are we losing right now just to formatting slide decks, scraping literature, and cleaning messy data? By adopting these new agentic capabilities in NotebookLM, we aren't just buying another software tool. We are reclaiming thousands of hours of human potential and turning our raw data into an immediate strategic advantage. Thank you so much for your time, and I am really looking forward to exploring how we implement this across the board.